So for 2 years, I think right after college, and I was working then too as well, but I was a overnight night stalker. That's what I did. But I did always tell them that I wanted to leverage my career and eventually find something and leave them for something in tech, which is what I got my degree in. And it was a hard time during those 2 years, so I had to do what I had to do. Finish school, and I got a degree in software engineering. And I was looking for jobs. Me, being a novice, being early graduate, did not look as competitive compared to those guys. So that was a hard time for me to find a job. I'd say some of my biggest struggles during that moment would have been trying to secure like a really good interview. Getting people to talk to me was probably my hardest part. I could send applications and I could make it look as nice as possible. But if they would have never given me the chance to speak, it was hard to leverage that or to get in. So to get my foot in the door. So eventually through just job searching online, I found Smoothstack. They were some of the only companies that actually did end up contacting me back. And from there, I was like, oh, take all my coins and I'm gonna push it here. And I went ahead and I tested out. I couldn't get my foot on the door, and Smoothstack was definitely that opener that allowed me to put my foot in the door into tech. And I would say if I didn't run into Smoothstack, I'd probably be still working in the grocery store. Glad Smoothstack accelerated that process. So knowing process inside Smoothstack being a lot more formal and organized and knowing a lot more security going in, I'd say the appeal was knowing that, one, they were going to pay me for my training, a huge bonus, just hearing that. There's other programs out there, they won't pay you anything to train up. And even once you finish their training, it's not even secure. I was coming pretty fresh out of college. I didn't really have a job in between. So fellow cohort members that I was with, not a lot of them actually attended college. Doing the Smoothstack training reminded me a lot of doing college. It wasn't too different, too unfamiliar. The fact that it was like pretty reminiscent to something I already had done before, I would say was pretty helpful in that kind of regards. So I would say probably the skills that I found the most useful would be show us the entire process or do this entire process in order to get it here. And that was probably the most helpful part. I mean, a lot of the information was pretty new to me, so there was a lot of light bulbs moment for me where I'm like, wow, this is all very helpful. This is all great. I wish I would have known most of it beforehand. Smoothstack took you through the entire 3-month training to give you years worth of experience inside just a small, tiny fraction. It's a lot. It's pretty vigorous. And they make sure that you're learning. They keep you to it, and I'm glad they do because it's an engaging program, especially because they're teaching you years of information in just months. And as long as you're committed and you actually want to learn that information, and it's something that you're aspiring to use and do, I'd say it's golden from there. So you just take it in. The amount that Smoothstack pours into you in terms of like as a resource and wanting to train you up, I feel like you're probably getting more out of it than they are, honestly. So I feel pretty happy because I feel like I'm using Smoothstack in quite a great regard. And from there, it's really up to you to master the skills, master the tools that they're letting you use, and it's helpful in that regard. And I definitely used everything that I had inside Smoothstack to do my career path. Luckily, with Smoothstack, I got a really good job, I'd say, and I get a lot of pride for that. And so that training that I did with Smoothstack, specifically inside the DevOps track, the cloud track, it helped me out learn those skills quite a bit more, and I was able to use them. And I can say happily that I am using those skills that I learned at Smoothstack at my job currently. So it can be a little intimidating. The workload's a lot, so I would say don't give up. Use it. Everything that they're teaching you is valuable. Even if it doesn't seem useful, you'll realize that those words aren't coming from out of anyone. They're coming from experienced tech developers who want to help you grow your own career. So use all the resources that they're giving you. Take advantage of it.